Game Trailer Game of the Year Award 2009. Biggest news story.
The video game industry has established itself as the entertainment medium where boundaries are constantly broken and conventions are consistently challenged. So many things happen in 12 months that it can be difficult to cull all the stories down into 5 nominees. The following will end up shaping the industry for years to come, or were so downright odd or infuriating that they left an indelible mark.
And the nominees are EA layoffs.
There's nothing worse than losing your job just before the holidays. Well, maybe losing your job right after completing a huge project like the Pandemic team. But it's not just the awful timing of EA's downsizing that strikes a chord, it's also who was laid off. In addition to way too many developers, a large part of the cuts came in the form of employees who handle the brick-and-mortar retail relationships for the publisher. If there's a better sign that digital distribution is the next frontier and physical retail is losing its grip, we haven't seen it.
Empty Q4.
There's always a little bit of strategy involved when you plan a game's release date, and normally if a game is ever pushed back, it's because it's not finished to the publisher's standards. But in 2009, there's been a new strategy at play. Avoid Modern Warfare 2. Just as Q4 began, so did the announcements that Game X would be released in Q1 of 2010 instead of over the holidays. Most perplexing is that many of the games are already completed. The entire industry basically handed the holidays to Activision Shooter, but those who have been brave and stayed the course have also been rewarded with larger than expected sales.
Modern Warfare 2 launch.
It seems like every time a big video game is released, it sets some kind of record or another, but Modern Warfare 2 has taken the entire entertainment industry behind the woodshed. As many games were pushed to 2010, this behemoth just continues to gobble up the share, culminating in almost $500 million in just 2 territories in a matter of days. It's completely unprecedented, and will undoubtedly draw more and more money grubbers toward the industry, but it's also a testament to the power of our hobby.
Motion controls.
Nintendo started it, and now Microsoft and Sony are trying to finish it. It's motion control, and now everyone is doing it. We'll be the first to admit that, like most people, we were skeptical of the Wii, and based upon executive interviews, so were Sony and Microsoft. But no one can ignore success, and at this year's E3, the two had to put their tails between their legs and jump on board. The good news is that each are trying something new, with Natal being camera-based and Sony relying on controllers and a camera.
Well, bam! There it is.
On Live.
Cloud computing has been bandied about for years now. What about cloud gaming? That's where OnLive steps in. Utilizing a small DVD-sized module, you'll be able to stream live gameplay to your PC featuring graphics your old card can only dream of. Of course, all of this is in theory. We've seen isolated demos, but the question remains, what will happen when there's a real strain on the service? Regardless, the various applications beyond gaming are just as exciting, making it an incredibly important development for this year.
And the winner is Motion control.
It won't be long until everyone's in on the waggle, and we believe that what Sony and Microsoft are bringing to the market will represent a significant step up from what Nintendo's Motion Plus has been able to offer so far. Nintendo's Blue Ocean is about to get a lot more muddy as 2 machines with much more horsepower give players the ability to go beyond the button. These 2 very different interfaces are also going to provide experiences unique to each, and it'll be interesting to see if there's ultimately enough room in the market for all 3, but it's undoubtedly the biggest news story of 2009.